Welcome, my dear knights, maidens, and serfs, to another adventure through the annals of history. Today, we're diving headfirst into the medieval world of castles, those formidable fortresses that stood as symbols of power, prestige, and, well, some not so glamorous aspects too. So gather around as we unveil the secrets of life inside a medieval castle. Before we do so, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Alright, here we go. Picture this. You're a mischievous jester or perhaps a lowly thief, and you've been caught by the castle's fearsome guards. Next stop, the dungeons. Dark, damp, and downright terrifying, these dungeons were the stuff of nightmares. If you thought today's prison cells were uncomfortable, these medieval torture chambers take the crown. Imagine being strapped to the dreaded Iron Maiden, a metal sarcophagus with spikes on the inside, ready to embrace you with a less than loving hug. Ouch. And rumor has it that the medieval Netflix had a dedicated section for dungeon and torture device documentaries, but it wasn't much a crowd pleaser. Brace yourselves, folks. In medieval castles, cleanliness wasn't exactly a top priority. The noble residents were quite fond of their daily aroma, a unique blend of body odor, stale wine, and mud from the courtyard. They believed bathing too often would let the evil spirits in, so they just applied extra perfume or hung sweet-smelling herbs around the castle. These herbs could be seen as the medieval air fresheners. Now, let's talk toilets, or rather, the lack thereof. Can you imagine using a communal chamber pot and then emptying it out the window, hoping you don't hit someone walking by? Yep, that was a common sight. And trust me, it didn't rain lemonade back then. As for the toilets, well, let's just say privacy was a luxury not everyone could afford. Then we also have rats, the unsung heroes of the castle. These furry creatures were like VIPs, having free reign over the castle's nooks and crannies. Forget about those fancy pet cats, they were too well fed to care about rat catching. But the medieval castle rats, oh, they were lean, mean, and excellent at scavenging. In fact, the rats always ensured that no crumb went to waste. They ventured into the kitchens and dining halls, like tiny knights on a quest for delicious leftovers. And while the castle residents feasted on their banquets, the rats dined on the banquet scraps. Bon appetit everyone. Life inside a castle wasn't all doom and gloom. The solution to many problems, from boredom to bad breath, was alcohol. Ale, mead, and wine flowed freely through the halls. It was like a never-ending medieval party. A little tipsy? Just blame it on the water of life. If a knight's armor didn't fit right, a glass of wine would make everything better, or at least make them believe it did. Loosen up the armor and tighten up the spirits, seemed to be the motto back then. Just remember, folks, drink responsibly. Too much and you might end up in the aforementioned dungeons, battling imaginary dragons. If you think your roommate is nosy, imagine living in a medieval castle. Privacy was practically non-existent. Your bedchamber might have been shared with 5 other people, and they wouldn't even knock before entering. There was no such thing as personal space, only crowded spaces. And oh, the hierarchy. The lord and lady of the castle ruled the roost, while everyone else scurried to fulfill their every whim. If the king wanted his shoes tied, you better believe there was a line of eager shoelace-tying squires forming instantly. But fear not, even the mightiest of kings and queens had their weaknesses. A bad haircut, perhaps? Let's just hope they didn't request a bob with bangs from their court barber. As we conclude our whirlwind tour through the fascinating, if slightly revolting, world of medieval castles, we can't help but marvel at how different life was back then. From cruel dungeons to rat-infested halls, the past truly was a mixed bag of wonders. So next time you find yourself complaining about modern inconveniences, just remember, at least you don't have to share your bathroom with an army of rats or deal with a dungeon-themed streaming service. Until next time, dear time travelers, keep exploring the pages of history with a sprinkle of humor and a heart full of curiosity. If you liked this video, please do let me know in the comments. Also, it would be absolutely amazing if you guys subscribed. See you later, history fanatics.